He sold dollar signs.
Angelina from Jersey Shore just can't seem to catch a break when it comes to having problems with her dad. Her stepdad growing up was horrible to her, and now her biological dad seems to care more about her money than about her as a person.
He grabs my watch and he's like, "Is that a Rolex?"
Let me see your watch. What is it, a Rolex?
Yeah.
I wish I could afford a watch like that.
But what are all the things Angelina has been through with her dads, and how is it all affecting her other relationships? Angelina's storyline on Jersey Shore filming vacation right now is all about her meeting her biological dad, but for the longest time she didn't even know she had a second dad. She didn't find out that the dad she grew up with wasn't her actual biological father until she was well into her 30s, and we actually saw that realization happen on the show. That was on season 6 of Jersey Shore Family Vacation, but now it's season 7 and Angelina is already meeting up with her biological dad. She contacted him after Mike and Vinny did a lot of research and found his identity. They even hired a genealogist who helped them find Angelina's dad, and thanks to that, she's been able to meet her biological dad and even some other relatives from his family. And here's the thing, this was Angelina's second chance at having an actual good relationship with her dad. The dad that she grew up with definitely didn't make an effort to be a good dad for her, so she was hoping that this other guy could maybe give her that fatherly love. And obviously, even though he's her biological dad, he's still a total stranger. He and Angelina didn't even know each other while she was growing up, so they would have a lot of catching up to do. But it was obvious that she still had so much hope for this relationship. You could see on the show that she really wanted to build something with him. Maybe it was because her relationship with her original dad was always so bad. She obviously never knew that he was really her stepdad until pretty recently, but she's opened up on the show before about some of the things that happened with him. She explained that her dad was a criminal and in jail even when she was born, and then at one point he apparently told her that his jail time was actually the reason why he even had Angelina in the first place. He said to her that having a baby meant that he would get a shorter prison sentence, and that was the real main reason why Angelina was born, which was a really shocking revelation at the time. I mean, that's really an extremely mean thing to say to a kid, and especially to your own kid that you're supposed to care for and protect, not scar them for life by saying really hurtful stuff. But obviously, in hindsight, what Angelina's dad told her about the reason why she was born couldn't have been true, because this guy was never Angelina's biological dad in the first place. He wasn't even involved in conceiving Angelina at all, and it just makes me wonder if he knew that he wasn't actually her real dad. It just really sounds like he knew all about it and felt salty about the whole thing, and he ended up taking it out on Angelina and treating her differently from her siblings, which is obviously a horrible thing to do. It shouldn't matter that she wasn't his biological kid. He was still supposed to take care of her as the dad of the family. And just in general, it's never okay to take things out on kids like this. It's not like it was Angelina's fault that she wasn't biologically his daughter. But sadly, things did go down the way they did, and it obviously left Angelina really traumatized by it all. And when she first found out that her dad wasn't actually her biological dad, she was really upset. She even made a cryptic post on Instagram about being upset and crying, and later it became obvious that this was after she found out the truth about her dad. And this just all explains why she should have really wanted to build a good relationship with her biological dad. It could be a really healing moment for her to finally have the father-daughter bond she never really had growing up. But sadly, that's not really what ended up happening. And the whole thing is even more tragic because at first, it actually kind of looked like things might turn out well. Things were looking pretty good at Angelina and her biological dad's first meeting, but then apparently everything went south pretty quickly. Angelina actually didn't immediately contact her dad. She met up first with other relatives from her dad's family, her aunt, her cousin, and her half-sister. And after they talked for some time, they called up the dad and told him to come meet his daughter. This was all filmed for the show, so we got to watch the whole thing. And at this point, things were looking really promising for Angelina. The dad was shocked but happy about having another daughter he never knew about, and he immediately got ready and came to meet her, which was a really emotional moment for everyone involved. It was all looking pretty positive, that is, until it wasn't, and things actually started getting a little weird, because once Angelina and her dad got talking, it became obvious that he was a little too interested in her money. It started when he wanted to see her watch and asked if it was a Rolex, and then he started talking about how he always wanted a Rolex and he wished he had money for one. But then things got even worse when he started commenting on how Angelina must be making a lot of money being on Jersey Shore. And from there, he just kept making weird comments and asking about money, and the whole meeting just fell off in general. Obviously, that was just the first meeting, and Angelina still had hope that she could build a nice father-daughter relationship relationship with her dad, but sadly, it just doesn't seem like that's what happened. Obviously, we've just watched this meeting unfold on the show, but that means it was actually filmed months ago. Things have obviously developed since then, and it's just not looking good for Angelina and her relationship with her dad. She talked to Life and Style back in December and explained that since that first meeting, he just kept wanting her to buy things from him. She said that he even asked her to buy him a car at one point, and he wouldn't just ask to do normal bonding activities with her, which is what Angelina would have wanted from him. She said that she wanted to get ice cream with him or maybe go to the movies, but he just kept only being interested in whether Angelina would buy things from him, which is just really unfortunate, especially because it would be so good for Angelina to finally have that relationship with her dad, and it just didn't happen for her even on the second try. It's also sad because she definitely had some unresolved issues due to her bad relationship with her dad growing up, and these are probably affecting her other relationships, including with her fiance, Vinny Tortorella. I mean, we all know that that relationship definitely has its problems, and I'm not saying that Angelina's issues with her dad are the only reason for the problems. Obviously, it's going to be a lot of factors contributing to that, but this could be and probably is one of them, and it's not just this relationship either. All of Angelina's relationships, even her friendships, might be affected by this trauma that she has, and it really is so sad that even her biological dad just couldn't be a decent person. But on the bright side, at least one thing seems to be going Angelina's way in this. It seems that she's building a good relationship with her other relatives on her dad's side. Her half-sister and her aunt apparently seem to be genuinely interested in a relationship with her and not just in her money, and Angelina told Life and Style that she's even met her half-sister kids and her nephews, and she seemed genuinely excited about that. Sadly, she also said that this is now creating tension with her mom and her sisters. According to Angelina, they're not very happy that she's building this new relationship with her other family, but hopefully it will all resolve itself somehow and Angelina will be happy. But anyway, what do you guys think? What's your opinion on Angelina's biological dad? Let me know in the comments below.